Let's look at water getting split into hydrogen and oxygen. So we have H2O, that's your water. Then we have H2, that's hydrogen. All of this is quite simple. O2 is oxygen. So is this balanced? Do you think it's balanced? Have a look at it. No, right? So what should we do? Draw a small table. Write all the reactants at the top and then the atoms over here. Then map them. So in H2O, there is 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. In H2, there's 2 atoms of hydrogen, no atom of oxygen. In O2, no atom of hydrogen, but 2 atom of oxygen. So clearly oxygen is not balanced. So I'll multiply this with 2 to make it balanced. For this cell to have oxygen, 2 atoms of oxygen, H2O has to be 2. If H2O is 2, hydrogen is 4. So basically I should make this as 4. Now the LHS is 4, the RHS is not 4. So for that sake, I'll multiply with 2 over here and thus making it 4. So LHS is 4, RHS is 4, LHS is 2, RHS is 2. Now it's balanced. 2H2O, right, will give us 2H2 plus O2. Of course, this is not a process which will happen by itself. We need to provide electricity, wherein it converts this liquid into 2 gases. So that's your balanced equation. So it's a simple question. How do you figure out that the reaction is happening? Reaction is happened or reaction is happening? Gas formation. So if you want to test for H2, let me write this actually. This is a test for hydrogen. Something called as flammability. So this we will see. So what happens is, let me actually explain it with this. When you see, this is a circuit wherein you have water over here. And there is a cell. This is a key. This is your anode connected to positive end, and one which is connected to negative end is your cathode. Next, you have 2 tubes. Something happens over here. That's what we are trying to understand. Now, at anode and cathode, actually I should go to the detail. So in one of this tube, you will get hydrogen gas. So you can test it by flammability. The test, it burns, the hydrogen burns with a pop sound. That's how you can test it. Okay, let's look at it exactly, what is happening over here. So we need to understand that. Again, this is extra bit of information. It's only for a better understanding. Actually, this is part of your syllabus also indirectly. See, this process is your electrolysis of water. That is splitting of water, whatever is happening over here. That is splitting of water to hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this is a electrochemical process that is using electricity for this to happen. So this are your electrodes. At the electrodes, this is happening. Now, water decomposes. When an electrical current passes through water, it decomposes. The water molecules are decomposed. So basically, let me change the color. Water molecules are decomposed. That's the basic heading that we are looking at. The electrical energy provides the power to break the chemical bond in the water and a new substance is formed. That's the whole idea. Now, at the cathode, the negative end, at the negative electrode, water molecule gains electron. This process is known as reduction. So at this end, something called as reduction is happening. Reduction is an opposite sounding thing, like how current and flow of electricity is opposite in direction, right? Flow of current is from positive to negative is what we tell. But actually, when you switch it on, it is the electron which is moving from negative to positive. Is it not? Similarly, you can think that when we gain electron, okay, it's called as reduction. Herein, the hydrogen will gain the electron and form hydrogen gas. So at this end, we have hydrogen gas. So using this particular test tube, you can do flammability test at the cathode end. While at the anode end, obviously, we have the oxygen. And here, this is known as oxidation. Now, obviously, this is opposite of gaining of electron. This is loss of electron. This process is called as oxidation. When they lose electron, they form oxygen gas, basically. Okay, guys. So this is the basic idea of what is happening with your water when we pass current through it.